My friend, stop everything because this just happened now. The Raiders completely surprised the NFL and signed a player that nobody, absolutely nobody, was expecting. It was a quick, almost secret move, and now the behind-the-scenes drama is starting to explode. This could completely change the season's rumor mill. I have exclusive information here with me. But first of all, like and subscribe to the channel because this bombshell just dropped. The Las Vegas Raiders are sending a clear message to the entire league. Protecting the quarterback has become an absolute priority. In a strategic move, the franchise, having signed forward Spencer Burford, former starter for the San Francisco 49ers, brings youth and experience to the interior of the offensive line. At 25 years old, Burford already has impressive numbers, 38 regular season starts, in addition to important playoff appearances. This shows that he's not just a gambler, but someone who has already played high-pressure games in the NFL. Another factor working in his favor is his connection with coach Clint Kubiak, with whom he has worked previously, which could accelerate his adaptation to the new offensive system in Las Vegas. But the central point goes far beyond this signing. The Raiders are in the midst of an urgent fix after a disastrous offensive season in 2025. The numbers speak for themselves. 64 sacks allowed, the worst rate in the league, and a running game that simply didn't work, finishing as the weakest in the NFL. This scenario forced the franchise to completely offset its aggressive identity and act aggressively in the market. To change this situation, the team has already added important pieces like center Tyler Linderbaum and is counting on the return of left tackle Colton Miller, who could be a decisive factor in blindside protection. In addition, young talents like Jackson Powers-Johnson are starting to gain space, raising the level of internal competition and increasing the options for the coaching staff. Even so, doubts remain. Despite his experience and potential, Burford had concerning numbers in pass protection last season, ranking among the least efficient at his position. This raises a fundamental question. Will he truly be the solution the Raiders need, or just another piece in a line that is still far from reliable? On defense, time has also moved quietly, ensuring the retention of Thomas Booker IV, who had a consistent season and is beginning to establish himself as a reliable presence within the defensive guidelines. But here's the most intriguing point. Strengthening the offensive line only makes sense if there's a quarterback capable of taking advantage of that protection. And at this moment, everything indicates that the Raiders may be preparing an unexpected move precisely at the most important position in the game. Just when it seemed the Las Vegas Raiders quarterback situation was finally settling down, a new and unexpected development emerged, one that could completely change the franchise's prospects for 2026. Recent reports indicate the Raiders have a genuine interest in veteran Super Bowl champion quarterback Joe Flacco, who, even at 41, has proven he can still Aiden O'Connell as the primary backup option, a situation that clearly lacks roster depth and proven leadership. At the same time, all indications point to the Raiders selecting Fernando Mendoza with the first overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. But this is where things get interesting. What exactly is the plan? Suggests the Raiders may be considering a more strategic approach. By throwing Mendoza directly into high-pressure situations, the team could give him time, leadership, and a deep understanding of the game. If Mendoza isn't fully ready, Flacco can step in and efficiently lead the offense. And if the newcomer starts playing, change reveals something more important about the Raiders' potential mindset. They aren't just thinking about the future. They're trying to balance development with immediate, already making aggressive moves at the position. The Raiders can't afford instability. Signing Flacco would provide a safety net and ensure the team doesn't fall apart if things don't go as planned. Immediate impact, because the answer to that question will directly influence their next steps, especially in the draft. And the latest reports suggest that the strategy for day 2 may be changing in a way no one expected. With the first overall pick seemingly secured, all attention now turns to what the Las Vegas Raiders plan to do next. And this is where things start to get really interesting. While the expectation is that Fernando Mendoza will continue to be the face of the franchise going forward, the real mystery lies in how time will be structured around him. And according to the latest reports, the Raiders may be preparing a surprising move on the day of the 2026 NFL Draft. Instead of focusing solely on the trenches or defense, Las Vegas is now heavily focused on wide receivers with the 36th overall pick. That's right. The front office seems to be prioritizing offensive power, signaling a clear intention to support their future quarterback with dynamic weapons. Names like Casey Concepcion, Zachariah Branch, and Denzel Boston have emerged as potential targets. Each brings something unique to the team, but together, they possess the ability to change the course of a game with big plays. Concepcion is seen as a late first-round talent, but recent knee surgery could fall by the wayside in the draft, potentially landing him directly in the Raiders' hands. Branch, on the other hand, offers elite speed and explosiveness, plus a strong connection to Raiders history, adding an emotional layer to a possible pick. Meanwhile, Boston may be the most complete receiver in the group and, if he falls by the draft, could become one of the biggest bargains of the season. The Raiders are also closely evaluating defensive players like Brandon Sissy, D'Angelo Pons, and Lee Hunter, demonstrating that they are keeping their options open. But the increasing focus on receivers reveals a clear priority. This offense needs more explosiveness. Even with the arrival of Jalen Naylor, there is still a specific gap in terms of consistent strategic play production. And if the Raiders truly want Mendoza's potential, surrounding him with the right weapons becomes essential. Now imagine this scenario: a rebuilt offensive line, an elite quarterback, and an explosive young receiver added on the second day of the draft. This isn't just a getaway, it's the foundation for a completely new identity in Las Vegas. After strengthening the offensive line, I considered bringing in a veteran quarterback like Joe Flacco and also targeting an explosive wide receiver in the draft. Do you think the Las Vegas Raiders are building a team ready to win now? Or is it still a work in progress that may take time to yield results? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Raiders news.